The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBank.
Welcome to The Real Pod. Huge episode. We've just finished watching the finale of Celebrity Treasure Island 2023B. And we have now with us in the studio the winner, a Corny.
A real life one.
A real life Corny is James Masterpick.
Oh my gosh.
Bonjour. Bonjour. And
He's a winner, baby.
in a weird twist, you know, this is reminiscent of another gay comedian who won this show before, who also co-hosted an episode during the season with us.
This is true.
Chris Parker did the same thing.
I was about to ask, like an imbecile, did you know then that you'd won?
Well, you know, I've been sending Jane so many lies.
He's been shocking.
Were you surprised when I won or no?
I really hoped it to be true, but you had well and truly put me off this end.
Great.
You did a really good job. I actually thought Courtney was going to win. I'm sorry, Courtney.
I was so convinced that it wasn't James because James had been so vocal and had been on this podcast and had been all around the place that I was like, surely he would have spilled a secret, you know? The fact you were able to keep it all under wraps, it must have been destroying you.
Thank you. Well, my strategy was just tell people so many fake spoilers that, you know, if a real one comes out, they won't know if it's real.
He would be in my DM saying, oh, did you watch the show The Screeners yet? Are you sad? Knowing that I hadn't seen them, being like, are you sad that I went home? Did you cry? And then he was like, no, just kidding. I go home tomorrow night. And then it would be like, no, just kidding. It's next bit. And I was just completely discombobulated.
That's a good bit.
And then, but we got to the end.
Yay!
And you unlocked
you
the
won.
bloody
I
treasure.
know. What the hell?
Well, how long were you on those safes? Because none of you appear to know how to operate a safe one of those padlocks.
No.
Like, at all. You could still be there.
Yeah, it was a very long time. I lost all of my lead, and I felt so stupid because Bree stands behind you, in case you're going to get it. But then, so I knew I was there at the right safe, but then also I was like, it was just humiliating.
How do those clicky things work? Because I immediately watched it and was like, I have anxiety about if I'm ever stuck in a situation like this. Very unlikely. But what did you learn about does it make a little noise? Do you know when you're onto the right code?
No, it was just, I don't know. I can't even remember. You just have to turn it to the right number and then go around. I don't know.
You go one way then the other way, right? From the movies that I've seen.
Oh, it was just so bloody well done. And I was surprised to see gold bullions, but I guess that's part of the new vision for CTI, not the print out money.
But also just we swipe at the traitors as well with their silver.
Oh, true.
Their silver ingots.
Yes. That's a good pickup.
Just reminding everyone where they sit on the pecking order of reality television in New Zealand.
I took home a few of those gold. What did you call them?
Polystyrene.
Bullion.
Gold
Bullions.
spray painted polystyrene.
Yeah. Well, no, they were hard.
Heavy. Yeah,
So I can bring
right.
one in for you guys if you like.
Oh my golly,
Jane,
some real
your
life
first-
gold.
First touch of the treasure.
Okay, look. I can't believe you're the corny who won and not me. I can believe it.
I can believe it. I hate to say
It's
it.
ridiculous.
I was like,
near-
how long until Jane brings up?
I think I did quite
Every pod.
I did quite well.
No, you didn't.
Called
You
it
were
the
betrayed by
bean.
the wind. You were betrayed by the
Yeah,
wind.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Redemption, CTI redemption.
James.
Yeah.
Do you run?
Well, not really, but I kind of, it's embarrassing to say, but last year I got into it. And when I would run, sometimes I would think, imagine you're on CTI and keep going.
Because I was watching you and like those hills looked steep and they looked big. I don't know if they did some kind of weird forced perspective thing, but because I was just like, and this is no disrespect to either you or Courtney, Toria seemed to be like a physical beast.
Yes,
like
she had abs.
Everything she was just doing those pull-ups like it was nothing. Like she was just. I was like, okay, if that's a thing, then. But then I just saw you just like you were floating like a gazelle. Like it was like gravity didn't apply to you.
Thank you. Well, I went to the gym for 1 month before,
and that's enough.
Yeah.
Anyone can win.
So you're a gym gay. Is that
that sounds really terrible. I'm like,
I am.
Here's the evidence that literally anyone can win Celebrity Treasure Island. But I did feel like they were very, it did feel like anyone's game so much more this season than previously. The top three, like an electric top three, honestly, so great. I would have been happy for anyone to win. More happy for you to win, of course, have to say it. But, you know, it was just, I can't say that I felt that every single season.
We were, I can't remember, it was maybe like top 7 or 8. We were like, us three were like, we would be the dream top 3. So it was so nice.
So there's a public-facing alliance thing, but there's also some like quiet, like whisper behind the hand alliance.
A little bit. I did wonder if it was going to come out on TV and then I'd have to apologise. But Blimmin' Eli was going on to Jordan. He wanted him in his top 4 or whatever. So
Wow.
Can we just quickly talk about Jordan?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Look, I found him scary to watch when I was there. He never really but I'm sure I wasn't in his camp, so I'm sure he let his guard down at some points. But every time we saw him, we were scared.
That's why it was like, it surprised me that a comedian, let alone the great Eli Mathewson, famously like normal, cool person, would be sort of ensnared.
Yeah, totally.
But someone said, like, think of what I learned from Jordan. Think of what I learned from, who was that? Who said that in the final?
I was going to ask you, James, because I went back and revisited our chat a day before you entered the game, and you were talking about how you wanted to start a feud with somebody and how you wanted that person to be Steve Price. And then he ended up being your voice of wisdom.
True. Yeah. It's sad, but it's true. Steve Price, very nice guy. Not a bad word to say about the lad, unfortunately.
Have you got anything bad to say about anyone? Just while we're here, just the mates.
Look, I think, those who have received hate probably don't need any more. So
That's nice. You're so magnanimous now that you're the victor.
High road.
Do you remember Grant Lawman?
After the
remember
pod,
him?
we'll chat. Yes.
Yeah, what's he up to now?
Don't know. Hope he'll send me a congrats.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Do you think I reckon this might be true, that you're the first like true student of the game, like a PhD in Celebrity Treasure Island, to have carried away the bullion?
Oh, I think Maddie McLean would argue with you on that one.
Okay, that might be true. That's also true.
I've got nothing unique about me winning.
But I mean, do you think that the fact that you had like studied so hard like helped you through the thing, and when you watched others stumble, you're like, just need to
I think it was really helpful just having Courtney and Tudia, because they won so many challenges leading up to the final. Like every day I was like, I'm going to go home today, and some days I was really depressed, so I was like, so be it. But every time they would win, I was like, right, made it another day, we'll just keep going. And so that was good. I think, knowing the show definitely helped, for sure.
It definitely helped you make a good telly show.
Thank you.
Like, I think, you knew what to deliver in the moments. You provided great television, as well as just being like a very fierce competitor, by the way.
Thank you.
You did some great sandbag catapulting, you've
Courtney,
held on to a thing over the water for the longest amount of time.
True.
All the important skills.
That sandbag thing looked real difficult. And
Yes.
did Courtney have an advantage
I
by being in the
think so.
middle?
Yes.
Definitely.
Because you can't really aim at your own thing. You just have to
Yeah.
aim at that blob of stuff.
It also seemed like really far away. Like, what
Yes.
was the real distance on that?
You
Couple
really had
hundred?
to like go as far back as possible and like lean back. And my hands were like so cut up from doing it so many times.
Practical production question. You've got a limited number of sandbags there.
Yes.
Were there pauses to go and collect the sandbags?
Absolutely.
And that would have made it take even longer again. So how long did that whole bit take of the sandbags?
Oh God, I don't know. An hour and a half maybe?
Yeah, so what's the
Dunno.
from like diving into the coldest water that's not frozen over, seemingly in your undies? Is everyone in their undies? Didn't feel like people were in their togs. To when you unlocked the safe. How long did that whole, was that a week? Like,
Yeah, it's a long day. Yeah.
and you're just going for it the whole time. You're right.
I was tired by. I kind of feel sad that I didn't cry when I won, but I think I was just too. I don't know. We were all cried out, and I was. I don't know.
Even for next time, do a fake. Do the just like cover your eyes so people can't tell that you're not crying, and then you can just like.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
good, actually.
That is for next
Maybe
time.
with a
I'll
gold
use that.
bullion.
With a gold bullion up over your face.
When I beat Sam Wallace in the winners season.
Oh my
Is
god!
that, is that already been recruited?
All-Star.
Was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
a big spoil?
Oh my God.
Oh, that would be a great show, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like a little mini series.
Oh, so good. Just like, yeah. Production, you listening? Do that one. And Redemption. So those are the two that you need to do. Thanks very much.
Can I ask about the yurt? Because that yurt looked like the most fun anyone has ever had, the most relaxing, beautiful scene.
It's not a yurt. It's not a yurt. It's a
Well, I'm
tent.
just going by the language. of
I
the
know.
show.
I'm not criticizing you, but it's not a yurt.
What is a yurt meant to
Yurts
be?
are round. There's a very
They are, yeah.
specific
It's
type.
Glastonbury, isn't it? Is it not like what Bridget Jones goes to in Bridget Jones 3 when she goes to Glastonbury? It's
Yeah,
a round.
I think that's also what the Mongolians have had for many, many
Counterpoint.
centuries.
Yeah, it's fun to say. More so than
It is,
a sort of
tent.
wooden structure.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
But tell us about the yurt.
Sorry, tell us about
it. So yeah, it was great. It was actually someone's Airbnb, I think, that they hired out.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's a legit escape.
What?
Yeah, I thought
Wow.
they'd built it for us, but clearly not. But yes, it was so lovely.
Because it was plumbed, wasn't it? It had like running water.
Yeah.
That would have
Toilet,
been quite full
shower.
on for them to build just for those
Toilet.
nights.
And the love heart cut out of the doors. Like that. Yeah, that's really going above and beyond.
Yes, Courtney slept in there that night in the little. Because she
the
made
love
it-
hutch.
Yeah, she
Love
thought it
shack,
would
yeah.
make her feel more safe because she was all alone. But then the next night, when Turia and I showed up, we all slept in single bunk beds in the little room just because we were like, last night, bestie sleepover.
Has that carried on? Because you sent me a picture of the three of you having a nice time.
Yes,
You're now like this. What are you? Are you a band? Are you a business? Are you a movement? What is the name of a collective of the three of you?
Oh God, I don't know. We just, yeah.
It just works?
Yeah, just.
Can you tell us what you're off to do after this? Or is
Yes.
that top secret?
Well, the Sedgies are going to go and get a tattoo. Never had a tattoo before, but why not? I don't know
What
if
will it
I would have
be?
got it. Just a Sagittarius little symbol. If I had been betrayed by Eli and Laura, I don't think I would have got it. But because I've won, I'm like, well, better say yes.
Normally we recap the show,
Yes.
which we've gotten quite carried away because of you being here, and it's all very exciting. But earlier on in the week, Laura went home and she had an episode that was pretty rough. She was pretty desperate after she lost Eli, and it makes me wonder if she put too many eggs in one little Eli-shaped basket.
Yeah, I mean, I think you might be right. It was kind of her downfall when Turia said, like, I don't know if Laura would be pitching a women's alliance if Eli was still here. And yesterday, I think Courtney and Turia said that they might have done it if Eli was still there.
That would have been very bad news for you.
Yeah, it
You would not be sat here right now.
But the problem was, like, you couldn't really be like women's alliance because the elimination that night was
Yeah.
like one person goes to the final, one person goes
Yeah.
home. So you kind of had to be like, you couldn't put two men in there because one would go to the final. Courtney had her thing, which never got played, her rematch card.
She should have done that at the end when you won the gold bullion.
Brilliant. We'll just close that up.
When Courtney did that incredible big energy move to take on Laura, were you flabbergasted? What was your emotional response?
I was. And now that I look at it, it was such a good move because, I mean, Nick was so good at endurance in the end. Yeah, I don't know. It was so good. And because she had a rematch as well. She had 2 chances.
That was the thing that I think would have given her the confidence, is knowing she had the rematch. But honestly, looking at that challenge when you go in and being like, okay, I think I've got this. That could have been anyone's.
Yeah.
Surely it's not the sort of thing where you're like, it's a puzzle, I'm good at puzzles, I'll nail this. It's like a piece of rope hanging.
Can I ask a question, James?
Yeah.
How close were you with Courtney before this season?
So we were good friends, but not super close. But I think I said this on the last pod, but we knew Laura and Eli would be besties and ride or die. So we were like, we need to be each other's ride or die. But it was a bit more, no one knew that we were ride or die, I guess. And Courtney did say she thought about betraying me. But yeah, it was nice.
She probably should have, when you think of the result.
Yeah.
But no one wants to know, I do feel like you were underrated. Did you feel underrated throughout? Because you had these kind of big bruiser guys who were just basically only looking at each other, just hard eyes. And James is just out here, just sliding through and eventually winning.
True. I think, I felt probably fairly rated. I wasn't thinking I'm a big 3, I'm going to get these guys. But I don't know if Nick or Steve or anyone had won. I don't think me, Courtney or Turia would have been any of their picks for who to put up. Maybe. I don't know. But they, Turia and Courtney again, they were winning everything.
Yeah.
I wish someone would think of the big strong guys, because they do just actually get picked off in these shows now. Quite often, traditionally, they make it quite far through and then they fall at the final hurdle. Has a big strong dude ever won? Oh, there was Jesse Chook.
Sam Wallace, but Jesse Chook
he was like a little whippet.
He was a whippet, he doesn't count. Well, should we just have a big buff boys season?
There would definitely be some full-on aggression and competitiveness that we haven't seen before.
It's horrible. Just the worst season you've ever seen. You don't want to watch it. I want to apologise, James, because I feel like early on I did not pick you as a winner. And this was partially also because you had sunblock in your eye on the day that I interviewed you, and you would not stop weeping. And I was like, you're going to get eaten alive. So I would like to formally apologise for that.
You.
We all have sunblock in our eyes sometimes.
That's right. It was horrible. I was weeping all day.
It was really intense.
What's the environment like? Because when I think of you as a person who watches a lot of television and is quite an urban gentleman.
Yeah.
And I don't really think of you as sort of gone bush for 3 weeks. How did you adapt to that environment? And do I have you wrong in terms of the Bushman, James?
No, you're right. I've never been camping. I hated school camp. All of those things were the only reason I did it is just because I love the show so much. But otherwise, I never would have handled it. But I just had to keep telling myself, it's just another day, it's TV, it'll be good to watch when we get back.
And now you are a bona fide celebrity. I want that to be absolutely clear. But for a lot of your kind of career and your comedy, you spent a lot of time kind of on the outside talking about making fun of celebrities to suddenly be in the midst of it all. I mean, how did you adapt to that change?
Yeah, it was weird. I wish there was someone like Sue Nicholson, or we all thought Paula Bennett was going to be on for some reason, but that would have been good. I would have really sunk my teeth into that. But, most of them are really nice, so it was kind of hard. Sometimes when I watch, because I can't remember anything I said when I was there, and so when I watch it, I'm really surprised. I was watching the poll thing, and when I was it's been 50 minutes, and I was like, what? Well, I don't think it was 50 in the end. in that second last episode. Anyway, I surprised myself, but sorry, I can't even remember the question.
Was it weird
Celebrities.
becoming a celebrity?
Having made fun of celebrities most of your career.
Yeah, it was.
Is it nice to be one now?
Look, I don't think I'm a celeb in any shape or form.
You just won Celebrity Treasure Island. I mean, the shoe fits.
It's in the name.
I really, I just wanted to meet some celebs. I just wanted to meet Drew Nemia, and then here I am.
I have to ask this question, and this is kind of quite a serious journalistic question, but now that you are a celebrity, the clue is in the name, Celebrity Treasure Island, as Duncan rightly pointed out, there might be another James Musterpick out there just sharpening his claws, ready to do to you what you have been doing to other celebrities for so many years. How does that make you feel?
Look, I'm into it. Bring it on.
Even more seriously, you talked about OCD and anxiety as being sort of big parts of your life and things that you kind of were concerned about going in. How did you, were they features of the show for you, and how did you sort of, because like what was the show in terms of its relationship with your sort of mental health?
Yeah, it was, look, the OCD, it's manifests in many different forms, but I mean, I definitely like being clean and I have very kind of specific sleeping arrangements and things. So that was all, it was very hard. But you do adapt. And as I said, it kind of did make me think, I can handle it now. I've done it on an island. I can do it again,
It's a life-changing experience, especially for you having won it.
It is, yeah, it's cool.
Can I ask a question about winning it? And sorry, this is another serious question. Someone bring in a funny one soon. But your charity, being
Yes.
gender minorities, winning $100,000 for them, but also being able to talk about, trans and non-binary people in prime time in a positive way. It's been a pretty rough year, particularly for that community. I mean, how important was that?
Yeah, it's amazing. I feel really, I feel so happy I chose them because, it's sort of, that was back in Feb. And then, before all the bloody Posey Parker shit and all that jazz. And, as you say, it has been a rough year. So I feel so stoked. Gender Minorities Aotearoa are a small charity. So I feel really glad that they'll be getting big cash injection.
And do they know yet? Like, are they about to find out tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they know.
That's wild.
So for transparency, we're talking to James just before the show airs this evening.
I haven't heard from them once, actually. Come to think of it.
Because you did propose a different charity, remember, on the final episode. You
haven't seen it, have you?
No,
He's not
I
seen
haven't-
it, and he's forgotten everything.
You come up with this, and I was trying to think of it because it was a really great sounding charity. It's basically about. Do either of you remember it?
Yeah, the people who make hard puzzles.
Yeah. And just like targeting them for the rest of your life with all your energy. So any regrets about choosing gender minorities? Aotearoa?
Huge regrets. Look, I didn't know. I didn't even know. I had to wait for like 10 days. The day that I won my first charity challenge was the day I found out that they had approved letting me have them as their charity. So for ages I was like, I don't know who my charity is. We had to like pitch a couple. So yeah.
Really? They choose so there is a list of good and bad charities, like I've been saying on this podcast for a long time.
They were my number one pick.
I think there's a list of good and bad celebrities representing you as well. So they have to give the charities an option to like maybe not want to be represented.
Don't want your money.
How did your mum react to the news, James? I imagine Janet must have been very excited.
Janet, she was so convinced that I would go home early that she was theorising like they must keep everyone till the end. That's why he hasn't contacted me. Like after they get eliminated, they must keep them in a hotel or whatever, and they can't use their phone. And then I told her I'm in top 3, and she hasn't seen the episode. She genuinely does not know. And last night I watched last night's episode with her, and she's flying back to Dunedin today, and she was like, I'm not going to see it. I've got singing practice.
Classic mum move, eh?
Excuse me. So I did. I was very upset, and now she's going to watch it. So sorry to all the singing.
She's going to watch it on +1, eh?
Yeah.
Have you got like a Janet cam set up for the big reaction?
That would be good. I should have done that. She doesn't know how to use any sort of technology, though.
It's not too late. You can find
You could
someone.
get like a court sketch artist to do something maybe. I do want to point out as well that tarot reading is real because the tarot card I pulled for you represented success, breakthroughs, mental clarity, a card often interpreted as a sign you are stepping into your next phase of potency and ready for battle.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what's not real. The cookie readings that went on, which I chose the hundreds and thousands cookie and I got bloody roasted for it.
You did. Here for a good time, not a long time, I believe, was the feedback from the judges.
It's funny. We all, as a cast, read through those tarot things and it was very funny. Some of them were very accurate. And I'm pretty sure Jordan and Jazz might have got like the death card or something.
They both got the death card. And then 2 seconds after he pulled it, Jordan's gazebo took flight and nearly beamed him across the head. And I was like, I've unlocked something too powerful.
I don't think you realise the power that you have because it's not just the reading, it's in the reader, right? Like not anyone can just pull out a pack of cards and predict the future, but you can.
It's true. I did print out a PDF, so.
That's good economizing though.
Yeah, I think you said in the piece, but I don't believe in any of that shenanigans. But I was so scared pulling that. Like, what if I get a really bad card?
Yeah.
Speaking of the cards, those little cards that you had to play.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you still have them? Are they in your possession?
Yes, I think I have. Yeah, I do.
Okay, just
Interesting.
wondering if they might have another home they might want to go to.
One of them.
I
Just
reckon.
one.
I
Just
reckon.
one's fine.
How much stuff did you bring back? It sounds like you've just got like a grab bag
Heaps.
of
I got my
loot.
laundry sign prize that I won. I brought that back, put in the laundry. I made buffs. I got all of the yeah.
So you've got your own museum essentially.
Yeah.
Wow, we've got competition.
Or you know how museums like acquire like the personal collection of like a really important collector
yes.
upon their death. Not that we're wishing on that, but we are. The Real Pod Museum is a very important institution that will outlast us all.
If
So
you are writing a will
something
at
to
any
think
point,
about.
that is something just to bear in mind that there is a place that you can trust that will be all protected and given the reverence it deserves.
I'll bring you some stuff in. When I left, I was like, I'll bring in some Real Pod stuff.
You were thinking of us.
Yeah, I was.
So James, the show has now aired all but the last episode, so you haven't got the kind of burst of being the winner. But what does it do to like? Are there sort of metrics like whether they're social media, or like how has your life changed since being on screen, basically playing the narrator for such a long time?
Did you screen grab the number of followers you had prior to going into the season airing?
I think I kind of had like 3,000 or something.
How many now?
I have 5,000.
Oh.
So
Nearly doubled.
And
And who knows what might happen after tonight?
That's true.
We'll be
That's
keeping a close eye.
Huge. Yeah, I don't know, but I think hopefully,
Like, have you got a show coming out? I know there's the big charity kind of
Yes.
extravaganza, which
Yeah.
I'm going to. I think Jane might be going to as
am I?
well. But I've just paid money for it. I just bought tickets, But
I feel like he's a winner and he can.
yeah, I mean it's for charity, so But good on you,
Bit
you,
of
Jane.
shine, Jane.
Like, have you got a show booked anytime soon? Like, it'd be good to kind of test what the the new
yeah.
crowd is, whether they get you.
True, yes, it's a good point. Yeah, I'm doing a couple shows around New Zealand.
Let's plug them.
Dunedin in November, can't remember the dates. Check it out on my Instagram. Wellington, can't remember the dates. 16th of November, maybe. Christchurch, see you there, Alex.
November 11th. Cornies are buying the tickets in bulk. You should be
Yes.
very excited.
I've seen they are good ticket sales actually. So yes, and then next year I've got a show coming to TVNZ Plus.
What?
Ooh.
Can you tell us anything about it? Or is
Yeah,
this-
so I'm kind of allowed to. It's a show about finding my mum a man.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
I
God.
love this.
So
So cool.
Is it reality TV?
kind of, yeah.
Could we
Kind of a
recap
mix.
that?
Well, yes.
I don't want to spoil, but I will say there's a one of your fave celebs makes an appearance in the show.
Calvin Cruikshank.
Colin,
Not
Mike.
Pudu.
Colin.
Oh, Colin.
That's an odd choice for her, but
It's perfect.
takes all sorts.
Yeah.
Have you got? You're a corny. Let's be clear. Let's be clear that you're a legit corny, not someone who jumped into the corner.
Not a
after
corny
you
come
got-
lately.
Not a corny come
That's
lately who
right.
jumped in after being cast and knowing that that's where all the action was. You were already there.
Not a corny
Not
who
a
only
Jamesy
goes,
come corny.
All of it.
not a corny who goes in the Discord only when he wants to promote his One News articles.
Who does that?
Maddie McLean. Yes. Calling you out.
To be fair, Maddie McLean was in the Discord all throughout his season as well.
Yeah, but what
so
now?
it remains to be seen if you just get in there every now and again and promote your comedy shows. But so jury's out on that. But do you have a message for your, I don't want to say that cornies, they're your fellow cornies.
Oh, well, I'm really, really grateful for all of the lovely comments and messages. It's been very, very special. I was just so excited to go on the show, and I never really could have dreamed of having a better experience on it. So it was very lovely. And yes, I'll be back next season. I'll be in the Discord.
You have to now. After
And
what
you
you said.
know, I also, no, I don't know. Never mind.
No,
No,
say
say
it.
it.
Well, I know that some of the cornies really wanted an all-women final, and I felt, bad a little bit when we were in the top 3. I was like, oh. But I had to try. It's my favourite show ever, and if I didn't try, what would have been the point?
James, please, I don't think the woman want it just handed to them by some nice
Yes.
man. They want to grab it out of your hands and stamp on your face, and it didn't happen this time, but it will.
It will, I reckon.
I don't think any corny's holding anything. I think they're all going to be incredibly, incredibly proud of you. We're very proud of you. Thank you so much for making the time to come here. Your first interview
That's right.
as the winner of Celebrity Treasure Island. James Mustovic.
Exclusive.
Honestly, what a hero.
Thank you, guys. So sweet.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
From the Spin-Off Podcast Network, you've been listening to The Real Pod, hosted by me, Jane Yee, along with Alex Casey and most of the time Duncan Grieve. Our producers are T.I. Butler and Samuel Robinson. Thanks for listening.
Talo for Lover. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-Off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-Off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Kia ora e te iwi, T.I. Butler here, podcast manager at The Spinoff. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.